Hello, friend. Welcome. This class is designed to help alleviate inflammation throughout your body. This really is a restorative class, but because when we're trying to manage inflammation, we need to gently increase circulation so that we can start to flush out any areas of stagnation in our body. Those areas of stagnation are where we're most likely to have the most inflammation in our body. Our lymphatic system, which is a major player in managing inflammation in our body, is the only system that doesn't have its own autonomic pump. In other words, we have to move our body in order for our lymphatic systems to work. So, while this is a restorative class, it's going to feel a little more like a gentle flow class. You'll need a strap if you've got one. Don't worry if you don't, you can still do everything in class. And access to a wall. Ideally, we're going to doing legs up the wall at the end of class. If you don't have access to a wall, you could also do it on a couch or on a large armchair or maybe like a two-person sofa, something like that. So whenever you're ready, I'll see you on the mat. Okay, friend, go ahead and come down into child's pose to start. Bring your knees out wide. Let your big toes slightly touch back behind you. Press your hips back towards your heels. Stretch your hands down the mat in front of you and let your forehead rest down to the mat. Once your forehead touches the mat, maybe start to rock your head from side to side, just kind of massaging out the center of your forehead and trying to alleviate any tension you might be holding in your neck. With every inhale, try to create length down your spine. And then with every exhale, see if you can't sink down into that length. Take about 2 more slow deep breaths in and out through your nose. And then I want you to go ahead and bring your hands together in kind of a prayer position. Bend your elbows. Let your thumbs come to rest at the nape of your neck. You might need to walk your elbows in closer to your forehead or down the mat in front of you. Just trying to get a big stretch kind of from our armpits up into our shoulders. Here for 3 more slow deep breaths. One more full breath. And then go ahead and let your hands come back down to the mat. Take a big inhale. Stretch your hands forward as far as they'll go. Maybe your forearms lift up off the mat. Exhale, relax your whole arm down to the mat. All right, start to pull your hands back towards your shoulders. Push your torso up. Moving into a table position. So you're going to stack your shoulders above your wrists, hips above your knees. If you've got tight arches of your feet, tuck your toes under and just kind of pedal out your feet a little bit here. Start to stretch those arches out. And then we're going to start to move through cat and cow. So on an inhale, you let your belly fall towards the mat, lift your head and chest and your tailbone. Exhale, you curl in, tuck your chin to chest, tailbone curls under. Inhale, you extend up. Exhale, you curl in. Keep moving just like this. Take it at the pace of your breath. Maybe keep your eyes closed here. 2 more full breaths. All right. Slowly, if your toes are not tucked under, go ahead and tuck them now. Push your hips up. Find your first downward facing dog. Adjust your feet. Bring them about hips width distance apart. Start to actively press one heel to the mat and then the other. Really try to push your hips high, letting your head and chest come through your arms. Push your first knuckle in your hand down into the mat to help keep your palms flat.
right. Pausing in stillness, really push your hips high. Let your head hang heavy. Shake your head yes and no. All right, now we're going to start to walk to the top of your mat, keeping your hands planted where they are. Once you make it to the top of your space, feet will be about hips width distance apart. Inhale, lift up halfway, lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, start to coil all the way up to standing, rising up just one vertebra at a time. Letting your head come up last. Inhale. Once you make it to the top, roll your shoulders up towards your ears, down and back. All right. We're going to do a little bit of breath work here just to get things moving a little bit. Take these gently. If you have lower back issues, make sure you are really buoyant in your knees. Call this a sweeping arm breath. I'll demo it and then we'll do it all together. So you're going to bring your feet out a little bit wider than hips width distance apart. Again, keeping a nice spring in your knees. On an inhale, your arms are going to reach up overhead. And on your exhale, it's big, forceful exhale. Let your arms sweep down and back. Bend your knees and then inhale, you come right back up. Yeah? So big inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. All right. So that's what it looks like. I know it might feel a little goofy. It feels really good in your body. Every time your hands come down, think about kind of letting something go, almost like you're shaking it out of your hands as your hands sweep down and back. Okay? So let's do this all together. And bring your feet out a little bit wider than hips width distance apart. On your next inhale, reach your arms up overhead. Exhale, bend your knees. Sweep it out. Inhale, lift back up. Exhale, sweep it out. Inhale up. Exhale, sweep it out. Two more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, hands to the center of your chest. Let your eyes close. Relax your shoulders down and back. Steady your breath. All right. On your next inhale, sweep your arms out wide. Hands come to meet overhead. Exhale, cactus your arms. Squeeze your shoulder blades together as your elbows come down. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, fold forward. Hands pass through the center of your chest as you come down. Inhale, lift up halfway, lengthen. Exhale, fold forward. Plant your hands to your mat. Step back to a high plank. Come down onto your knees. Take a big inhale. Exhale, lower all the way down to the mat. Untucking your toes if they were tucked. On your next inhale, lift your head and chest gently. Exhale, lower down. Tuck your toes under. Start to push up, keeping your knees down on the mat. Once you make it to a tabletop position, take a big exhale, push your hips high to find downward facing dog. Paddle out your knees. Shake your head yes and no. All right, we're going to keep moving. So start to walk to the top of your mat once again, keeping your hands planted where they are. On your next inhale, lift up halfway, lengthen. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, sweep your arms out wide, start to come all the way to standing. Hands will meet overhead. Exhale, cactus your arms, squeeze your shoulder blades together. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, hands to the center of your chest. All right. We're going to do that sweeping arm breath once again. So bring your feet out a little bit wider than hips width distance apart. Nice buoyancy in your knees. Next inhale, sweep your arms up overhead. Big exhale. Inhale, lift up. Exhale. Inhale up. Exhale. Inhale up. Got 2 more to go. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Now exhale your hands to the center of your chest, letting your eyes close. Relax your shoulders down and back. Let your breath steady. Next, inhale, sweep your arms out wide, hands come to meet overhead. Exhale, cactus your arms. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift up halfway. Lengthen your spine, press the crown of your head forward. Exhale, fold forward. Plant your hands to the mat. Step back to a high plank. Right away, bring your knees down to the mat. Big inhale. Exhale, slowly lower all the way down. Untucking your toes. Inhale, lift your head and chest gently. Exhale, lower. Tuck your toes under, push up to a tabletop. And then exhale, downward facing dog. Hips come high. Pedal out your knees. Shake your head yes and no. We're going to do that one more time. Slowly start to walk to the top of your mat, keeping your hands planted where they are. With your feet hips width distance apart. Next inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, sweep your arms out wide, come all the way to standing. Exhale, cactus your arms. Inhale, lift high. Exhale, Samastiti, hands to the center of your chest as your eyes close. You relax your shoulders down and back. Going to move into those sweeping arm breaths one last time. Next, inhale, bring your arms out wide, hands come to meet overhead. Exhale, sweep it out. Inhale up. Exhale. Inhale up. Exhale. Inhale up. You've got 2 more. Exhale. Inhale up. Exhale. Inhale up. Now exhale, hands to the center of your chest. Let your eyes close. Relax your shoulders down and back. 1 full breath. Next, inhale, sweep your arms out wide, hands come to meet overhead. Exhale, wide arm forward fold. Reach out as you bend forward. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold forward. Plant your hands, step back to a high plank. Bring your knees down to the mat. Big inhale. Exhale, lower all the way down. Untuck your toes. Inhale, lift your head and chest. Exhale, lower. Tuck your toes under. Push up to a tabletop. And then on your next exhale, hips come high, downward facing dog. All right. On your next inhale, left leg is going to lift up high. Exhale, gently bring your left foot through to step to a low lunge to the top of your space. All right, from here, you're going to step your back foot in about 1 inch. Rise up to a crescent lunge. Arms reach up overhead. Tuck your tailbone under to bring your pelvis straight up and down. Big stretch for your right hip flexor here. Inhale, reach a little higher. Exhale, cactus your arms. Inhale, lift up. Now exhale, sweep your hands down and back, flying crescent. Reach out wide as you straighten your back leg. Next inhale, lift up, crescent lunge. Exhale, flying. Inhale, lift up. And exhale, flying crescent. Inhale, lift up, crescent lunge. Now exhale, bring your right hand forward, reach your left hand back for a gentle twist to your left. Keep tucking your tailbone under. And then inhale, reach your right arm high, left arm comes down to your back thigh, exalted crescent lunge. Try to reach up and back as far as you can with your right hand. Next inhale, open up to your right to a 5-pointed star. Exhale, bend forward, pivot your heels out, wide leg forward fold. Inhale, lift up halfway, lengthen. Exhale, fold forward. Press your hands down and forward into the mat as you press your hips high towards your ceiling. You shake your head yes and no. And start to move from side to side on your mat, bending one knee, then the other. Just kind of going back and forth. All right, coming back to stillness. Inhale, lift up halfway. Now, you're going to bend your right knee a lot as your left toes point up towards the ceiling for Skandasana. Yeah, and you can take several versions of this. You can be up higher like this if that's hard on your knees. Come down low. You could reach your left arm up towards the ceiling. Kind of find a version that works best for you. Try to keep your spine nice and elongated here. One more full breath. And then inhale, come back to center. Exhale, fold forward right at center. Inhale, lift right back up. Exhale, now start to bend your left knee. Point your right toes up towards the ceiling. Skandasana to the left. Again, try to lengthen your spine, lifting your chest up, whichever variation you're taking. Next, inhale, come back to center. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, pivot to your left towards a low lunge. Right away, step back to a high plank. Bring your knees down to the mat. Take a big inhale. Exhale, come all the way down. Untuck your toes. Inhale, lift your head and chest. Exhale, lower. Tuck your toes under, push up to a tabletop. And then exhale, push your hips high, downward facing dog. Next, inhale, right leg lifts up. Exhale, gently bring your right foot through to the top of your mat, low lunge. Step your back foot in about an inch. Rise up to a crescent lunge here. Tuck your tailbone under. Bring that pelvis straight up and down. Big inhale, reach high. Exhale, cactus your arms. Inhale, lift up. Now exhale, flying crescent. Sweep your hands down and back as you straighten your back leg. Inhale, lift up, crescent lunge. Exhale, flying. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, flying. Inhale, reach high. Now exhale, left hand comes forward, right arm reaches back for a gentle twist to your right. Keep your tailbone tucked under here. Pelvis going straight up and down. Next, inhale, left arm reaches high, right arm comes down to your back thigh, exalted crescent lunge. Big inhale, open up to a 5-pointed star to your left. And then right away, pivot your heels out, exhale, fold forward. Wide leg, forward fold. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold forward. Shake your head yes and no. Release tension you might be holding in your neck. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, put a bend into your left knee. Point your right toes towards the ceiling. Skandasana. Next, inhale, come back to center. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift right back up. Exhale, bend your right knee, left toes point up towards the ceiling. Skandasana to the right. Lengthen your spine, lifting your chest as much as you can. Next inhale, come back to center. Exhale, fold forward. Shake your head yes and no. Inhale, lift right back up at center. Exhale, pivot to your right towards a low lunge. Plant your hands, step back to a high plank. Your knees come down to the mat. Take a big inhale. Exhale, lower all the way down. Untuck your toes. Inhale, lift your head and chest. Exhale, lower. Tuck your toes. Push up to a tabletop position. And then just sink your hips low, untuck your toes, set back to a devotional pose. So you're going to bring your knees together, arms will come down by your sides, forehead rest down to the mat. Just a couple slow deep breaths here. All right, slowly come up to a kneeling and just make your way down onto your back. Grab your strap, just have it off to the side of your mat. Once you come down onto your back, hug your knees into your chest. Take a couple slow deep breaths here. Press your tailbone to the mat, slight lift of your chest. Start to rock from side to side. All right, from here, you're going to let your hands come down by your sides, keeping your knees in close to your chest. On your next inhale, let your knees fall over to the right, keeping them curled in, firing up your core. Exhale, come back to center. Inhale, let your knees fall to the left. Exhale, come back to center. Inhale, go to the right. Exhale, back to center. Inhale to the left. Exhale, back to center. Inhale to the right. Exhale, center. Inhale, left. And exhale, center. One more round. Inhale to the right. Exhale, center. Inhale to the left. Exhale, center. All right, go ahead and hug your knees into your chest at center. Press your tailbone down to the mat. All right. On your next inhale, extend your left heel straight up to the ceiling, straightening that leg. Really engage your leg. Pull it in towards your chest as far as you can go, and then slowly lower your left leg all the way down to the mat. Keep pulling your right knee in towards your chest. Maybe your right knee comes off to the side of your body, up towards your armpit. All right, now grab your strap. You're going to loop it around the ball of your right foot, and then start to kick your right heel up towards the ceiling, straightening that leg. You have one end of the strap in either hand. Pull your leg in towards your chest. Keep your left leg flat on the mat here. Do your best to relax your shoulders. Let your hands and biceps do the work of pulling your leg in. Just a couple more slow deep breaths here.
And then go ahead and pass your straps into your left hand. Your right hand is either going to come down to your right hip to help keep that hip planted on the mat, or you can extend your right arm out to a T, whichever one feels best for you. And then you're going to start to pull your leg across your body to the left. Might only come a couple inches, and that's okay. So remember, you're pushing your heel up and out. Right hip stays planted on the mat. Oh yeah. That's the good stuff, huh? One more full breath here. Inhale, come back to center. Pass your straps to your right hand. Left hand can come down to your left hip or extend out to a T as you let your right leg open out to the right. Keeping both hips planted on the mat. Really engage your left leg. That's going to help you counterbalance that right leg going off to the side. One more full breath here. Inhale, come back to center. One end of the strap in either hand. Pull your leg in towards your chest just for 3 breaths. All right, start to bend your right knee. Remove your strap off from your foot. Let it go. Set it off to the side as you lower your right leg down to meet your left. Inhale, reach your arms up overhead, full body stretch. All right, exhale, hug both knees into your chest. Inhale, your right heel kicks up towards the ceiling once again. Exhale, lower your right leg all the way down to the mat. Keep that leg flexed, just like we did on the other side, to help keep it planted on the mat. Left knee starts to pull maybe off to the side of your torso and up towards your armpit. All right. Go ahead and grab your strap. Loop it around the ball of your left foot. Kick your left heel up towards the ceiling with one end of the strap in either hand. Pull your leg in towards your chest. Again, relax your shoulders as much as you can. Let your hands and biceps do the work of pulling your leg in. Couple more slow, deep breaths here. And then start to pass your straps to your right hand. Left hand's going to come down to your left hip or extend out to a T as you pull your leg across your body to the right, keeping your left hip planted on the mat. We are stretching out our IT bands here. IT band it's a muscle, technically, but it has more fascia than pretty much any other muscle in your body, which makes it very prone to being overly tight. When it's overly tight, we end up with lower back pain, knee pain. Our quads feel very tight. And it's really hard to loosen them up. So, next inhale, come back to center. Pass your straps to your left hand. Right arm can extend out to a T or come down to your right hip as you open your leg off to the left. Really strong in your right leg, keeping it flexed and planted on the mat. It'll help counterbalance your left leg being extended out to the side. And then on an inhale, slowly bring your leg back to center. Grab one end of the strap in either hand, pull your leg in. 3 slow, deep breaths here.
All right, go ahead and start to bend your left knee. Remove your strap off to the side of your mat. We're going to move into legs up the wall. But first, let's take a full body stretch. Reach your arms up overhead. And then exhale, curl your knees into your chest. All right. Now let's move into legs up the wall. So if you've got your mat away from the wall, go ahead and pull it up to it. The best entry into legs up the wall is to come at it from the side. So you're going to bring one hip right up to the edge of your wall, sitting sideways, kind of like this. From here, you're just going to swing your legs up and around, and then adjust your body. Bring your hips rather right up to the wall, either to your banister or to the wall itself. Let your legs be extended with just kind of a micro bend in the knees. Essentially trying to relax them as much as possible. You can keep your legs at about hips width distance apart, or you can play with bringing them out wide. You can also adjust it. We're going to be here for about 3 minutes in total. So find a version that works best for you and your body. If you'd like a little bit of a chest expansion, bring your arms to cactus. So elbows up in line with your shoulders, hands pointing up. Let your eyes close. See if you can't create a wave of breath in your body. Or on your inhale, your belly button rises first. Your breath expands up into your chest, going to the crown of your head. On your exhale, your belly falls and it pulls everything else down with it. The wave recedes down to the center of your body. Legs up the wall is an incredible pose. I'll tell you what. It's a great way to help prepare your body for sleep. So it actually starts to stimulate your parasympathetic nervous system. So if you're someone who struggles to fall asleep at night, doing this for 5 to 10 minutes just before bed could help you drift off faster to sleep. As far as inflammation goes, it's another incredible pose because what's happening right now, it's allowing fluid in the lower portion of our body to be kind of basically gravity is allowing it to come back into our torso. It's helping increase circulation without having to increase our heart rate. It's a great restorative pose for getting fluids moving in our body to help reduce inflammation. This is another good one if you've done a really intense workout where your legs are feeling super sore, stiff, you've got a lot of lactic acid built up in your legs. Going the legs up the wall 5 to 10 minutes again can be another way to help alleviate some of that stiffness and tension and pain and inflammation, of course. Just here for a couple more breaths. All right, you're going to bring the soles of your feet together. Let your knees push out wide,
kind of a Baddha Konasana or a butterfly version. You can stay here if this is really intense for you already. Stay here, or if you'd like a little extra, you can push your knees out away from your torso. Just a couple slow deep breaths here. All right. Go ahead and bring your knees back together. Hug your knees towards your chest. You're going to roll over to one side and just make your way back up. And then we're headed into final Shavasana. If you are on a tight timeline, stick with me. We'll be here for just a couple minutes. If you'd like to go longer, pause your video now. As you sink down into your mat, try to bring back that wave of breath. If you'd like to stay in Shavasana a little longer, you can pause your video if you haven't already. Otherwise, start to deepen your breath. Maybe find some movement in your fingers and toes. On your next inhale, reach your arms up overhead. Full body stretch. You might roll over to a fetal position to one side, just for one breath. And make your way up to a comfortable seat. And once you're seated, just take a moment, bow forward, seal your practice in. Thanks so much for joining, everyone. I will see you next time.